We are recording.
All right. 142. How do you do? Welcome to episode 142 of The Kraken Pod, a podcast for Seattle Kraken fans, those new and old to hockey and hockey fans looking to have some fun along with you. We try to go into what lies beneath when it comes to everything Seattle Kraken and the NHL. And the Kraken reaction. Kraken and Ebs are back with a big win, and I think a big win and goal too. And in this week's episode of Give Shane Wright More Ice Time, he sat down with a big hockey insider and spilled his guts on a lot of things. We'll break that down and share that with you. We've got cacos and capos and just everywhere. It's just cacos everywhere. It's crazy. What the Kraken should have done to potentially make the playoffs. We have an awesome breakdown that could, we're so close. Really, we are. Not really, but we are. Kraken prospect pool. Oh boy, Berkly, he's on fire. In our 3 stars of the week. One of my stars, the Four Nations face-off, has turned my house, the Januszek house, into a hockey mad house. You won't believe all the stuff that has shown up in the mail because of hockey and what we're watching. It's awesome. So let's get to it. Episode 142 of The Kraken Pod. Let's go. Dude, what's going on? My name is Jeff Januszek. This is my friend and co-host,
Joey Cirillo.
So, a couple of things we have big glaring, one literal big glaring thing we have to talk about, and then another thing we have to talk about.
Yes.
We're recording this right now. I was prepping, getting the kids ready for bed, and I hadn't watched any of the game. It's Tuesday, February 25th, and Joey, before the recording, was like, hey, you can turn the game on, just kind of watch during the game. I said, yeah, sure. Man, I haven't checked. He's like, we're getting beat down 6-0. I said, what? So that was, it's the end of the second period. Kraken are down 6-0. We need the Shane Wright goal in the third period. That's what I'm looking forward to. And then the big glaring thing that I'm looking at right now is Joey is like Captain Carnival, Captain Mardi Gras. Of course, the Kraken Pod's coming to you from New Orleans.
Yes.
Joey is wearing, what I can see is he's wearing a purple overcoat. He's got big old beads, big beads,
huge beads.
He's wearing like a captain's hat that's like all bedazzled, glittered out. It's like red. Are those like bejeweled goggles? Are those goggles on your head?
First off, Jess, the answer is yes, they are. And this is a fantastic find. I just cracked a beer here, and also this Mardi Gras koozie. And for people listening and going, well, this sucks, I can't see anything that's going on this episode. Yes, you can, because I've been uploading our episodes to YouTube. So I highly encourage people, if you want to watch the episode and also listen to it, do both. Fuck it, why not? Show your fandom. Go to YouTube at Kraken Pod. I've been uploading episodes there every week for the past month or so. But dude, it's Carnival. It's Mardi Gras. You and I are not doing an episode next week because Tuesday happens to also be Mardi Gras Day. We tried doing it on Monday. It's about just as bad with Lundi Gras. So this is our episode for the week, man. And even though the Kraken are down 6-0, I won't let them bring my vibes down because it's Carnival in Mardi Gras. The vibes are high. I haven't really participated as much. I've been working nonstop, but this weekend that changes, and I could not be more excited.
Yeah, the vibes are rolling. The good times are rolling. It's awesome right now in New Orleans. The weather's turning to be really nice and warm. Today was epic. There's parades rolling today. Did you see all the barriers set up on St. Charles and all that?
Everyone's the best one that I saw. And once one person does this, it's too late for anyone else to do it. But someone made a TikTok of, so basically to explain to people that are listening, so it's not just me and Jeff talking to each other. St. Charles Avenue is probably the biggest street with all the parades during Mardi Gras season. Well, they have like these barricades set up going down the length of it. And it's miles long. But there's barricades like on opposite end, like on opposite lanes every, 50 feet or whatever it is. So when you're driving down the street for miles, you're literally just like swerving through the whole thing. You have to like S drive throughout the whole thing. Someone did a TikTok of it, and they did it to the Mario Kart music. And of course, that TikTok went crazy. And kudos to those people for thinking of that. But yes, I have seen it. It's fucking hilarious. I've never seen anything like it, but this city never ceases to surprise me.
Yep, they're doing. Hey, look, they're doing a good job of making sure things are safe, and I love that because Mardi Gras should be where you just have fun and don't have to worry about the real world, and that's what's going
Agree.
on now. So yes, my office is just off St. Charles, so I drove down that, and I drove behind somebody for a good 5 minutes. Who every for Joey every barrier was like a new thing to them. Like they're like, "What's this? Another barrier? How do I navigate this?" And then they go to the next barrier, like, "What's this? Another barrier? How do I navigate this?" And it was like, "Come on, let's go." Anyway, but yeah, my wife
Love it.
rolled in Cleopatra, which is on First Friday, so the first big Friday
Yes.
of parading, and that was an awesome experience. She had a blast. She had a bunch of
Good.
friends with her. She was in charge of a tandem float, so she had like 120 women that she was in charge of, as opposed to 60.
Yeah.
She nailed it. It was so much fun. The kids had so much fun. We had a great experience. We're gonna go parade a little bit. Go to Muses, I think, on Thursday night with the kids.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go hit up Disney, man. We're getting out of town. We're doing Disney, baby. Disney.
When are you going to Disney this weekend?
Friday. We're gonna drive. We're driving it out. We're driving on Friday.
You're fucking crazy, dude. Every time I'm like,
Fucking
there's
crazy.
no way Jeff can put more on his plate. And you're like, Joey, guess what I just did? Put more on my plate. I'm like, you're fucking nuts, man. But that's also me. So I get it. Obviously for different reasons.
We're
over
out
here wearing a bedazzled captain's hat. But
dude, you look
I see what you're saying.
What's the plan? I know. So you've been you work your ass off at your job.
Yeah, very tired.
Now, what the plan is? What it's like? When are you done with work? Are you able just to go through the whole weekend and enjoy yourself?
They have us fucking. They have us working Lundi Gras and Mardi Gras Day. So I have to like figure out how I'm going to do this because like I'm going to be having a good time, and if I have to risk my employment to do so, I will. I think it's fucking crazy that I have to work on Mardi Gras Day. The city does not work on Mardi Gras Day, but they're like, go out there and get content. I'm like, content? How about I go out and you'll catch me in the streets? How about that? But I'll figure it out. The plan this weekend is I actually just found out a day or two ago that we will actually be hosting for Endymion. So Endymion is it's the biggest parade and the biggest ball of all of Mardi Gras. I happen to be in a perfect location where I'm just off the parade route, but I'm like a block away from it, from where it starts. And so what's going to happen is, long story short, the individual that we would go to his house every year for Endymion, and he would host. And he has like this like gas station chicken, and he's got like these massive trays of it. And it's the best chicken you've ever had.
Brothers?
No, dude. It's like some place way out there that I forgot the name that I have to get from him because I'm going to keep the tradition going strong. Just found out that he actually got like a last minute invite to ride in Endymion. So he's like, hey, I'm out passing the torch. Someone needs to host. And I'm like, tell me, like, I'll do it. Tell me where you get your gas station chicken from, and we'll make that happen. So that is going to happen. That'll be Saturday's festivities. And then Sunday is my favorite because Sunday is back-to-back Toth with Bacchus. And Toth during the day in the neighborhoods is just such a fucking blast, and have a perfect spot for it. And it got even better this year because I actually got an invite today. A buddy of mine found out that he lives he's on the route, basically, the parade route, for those that don't know. And he's having a crawfish boil with 150 fucking pounds of crawfish and so much booze. I was like, hey, I have a couple of people with me. You sure if we come by? Like, I don't want to just assume. And he's like, dude, his quote was, it's New Orleans, the more the merrier. So that is the level of that everyone's on right now. So I'll be attending apparently the world's largest fucking crawfish boil on Sunday and hanging out in neighborhoods. And what's great about Toth, that parade, is that it's such a neighborhood daytime parade. So you're standing like in the middle of these like neighborhood and all these streets, and these bands and different like porch music shows like all get set up. So people are just playing music out in the streets, and you're just dancing and hanging out with strangers, and everyone's got drinks. No one's paying for anything. You're like, I don't know where any of this shit came from. Everyone's just eating, drinking, and dancing all day. And then it rolls right into Bacchus, which is a huge, huge, huge parade at night. By the time that parade comes around, I'm pretty annihilated drunk. Have a great time. Bacchus is a fucking blast. The Gator Float, I always look forward to seeing that one. So I don't know, man. There's just so many cool things about it. So I'm looking forward to this weekend. I just need to get to that point first. So that's where I'm at. How's Disney looking for you?
Oh man, it's gonna be great. I do hearing you talk about that. I do miss those vibes, like the day parades and all that, and I just absolutely love that. We're looking forward to it because we need a break. We need to get out the house, and we're gonna break it up. We're gonna drive out on Friday, and then we're going to the next morning. We'll stay at the my in-laws' beach house, and then we'll drive the rest of the way. So it'll be cool. And then we're gonna go,
that's fine. Yeah, it's actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. So there you go.
Kids don't know. We're gonna go to we're gonna surprise them. Get there. We're gonna do Universal on Sunday, and I don't know. Like the rats might be around, so I gotta be careful.
Yeah, you might not want to say that shit too loud.
We're gonna do Universal on Sunday. We've never been there. Holy shit! You know how much it costs to buy the lightning lane passes to get to the front of the line? It's like $1,000. So.
For the whole family or like for one person?
For the whole family, it'll cost $1,000, but it might be worth it.
Jesus, dude.
And then
we're doing less money than that. I'm going to Japan in a month.
Dude, that's awesome. We're doing by the way, it is now 7-0, 20 seconds into the third period. The Kraken just got scored on at 1940 in the third. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, so then we're going to do Epcot on Monday. We're going to do Magic Kingdom on Mardi Gras Day. And then we're going to do Animal Kingdom on Wednesday, and then we're going to drive home in a 9.5-hour shot on Thursday. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it because it's just going to be out the house, and then I'm prepared with work to just not do anything. So it's just really going to be checking out, which we all need it. So long story short is not as exciting as Mardi Gras in New Orleans, which I urge you to come and try it out sometime if you've never been. It is like Joey said, there's a million different vibes you can go for. It's not like the touristy stuff. You can find the touristy stuff and all the beads and the boobs and stuff, but the real true Mardi Gras is like the neighborhood just party and surrounded by thousands of people. And it might sound like, oh my gosh, overwhelming, but it's just the best absolute vibes.
It's not. It's really not though. You just got to find what works for you, and there's something for everybody, which I really appreciate. So. I don't know, man. It's the best party in the world. And Mardi Gras Day is literally the happiest day on the face of the earth. It's such an amazing, beautiful day. And I encourage anyone that's listening, if you have not been and it's on your bucket list, do it as soon as you can. Do it before, you start getting older. And you're like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm telling you right now, it's one of those things that you have to experience. I've been in New Orleans for 10 years now, and I've done it every year, and it's just the best.
Yep, it is. And this has been brought to you by New Orleans Visitors Bureau. So make sure you come and enjoy.
I wish they should sponsor us, though.
They should sponsor. We know all the people that work there. So they absolutely should. I'll call some people. You call some people. We'll make it happen. But hey, we got to do this. Let's get to your Kraken reaction. So as we're sitting here, Joey, and the Kraken are getting just destroyed 7-0.
Yeah.
And I don't have access. I haven't looked, but is this the biggest, just absolute drubbing the Kraken have ever received at the hands of a NHL team, another team? Is this the biggest, just most lopsided loss?
It might be. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. There's still more time left to play. What if they, put up 3 goals in 10 minutes and it's 7-3 and whatever? I can't remember a time where the Seattle Kraken were down by 7 goals. It's really bad. And you and I talked about, recording the podcast tonight. I was like, well, the Kraken play, so we can kind of knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. And holy shit, did we make the right call?
Yeah, we did.
I would not want to just be watching this game just for the podcast, but not recording. That would not be good.
Yeah, this is literally a marker of the 24-25 season.
Yeah.
And what this is, we're hurtling quickly towards the March 7th trade deadline. So this is setting the table for this is one of those losses that I think you go back to the locker room and you really look around and you go, what pieces are changing? I would absolutely pay money. I would pay $500 to be in that locker room to hear who's getting bitched out, who's getting told they suck, what happened here tonight. I want to know. I think this loss, although there's 17 minutes left, we could score 7 unanswered. We'll see.
Okay.
loss.
Oh man, I can't believe that you're still Jeff Lasso on me. Down 7-0. You're like, they could score 7. I'm like, that's fucking bananas.
That is a joke, but now that I've said it, we have weird records in recording games.
Yeah.
We do. Last time I think we really did this was when they came back against Columbus and they were down like 4 or 5 goals and they won. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, I think this is one of those like come to Jesus games where it's like it's over, guys, and we got to start really thinking about things, and it might make it easier for Ron Francis and the executive team to make some moves. We'll see. So,
well, you missed this because you were watching our team get the shit kicked out of them. You want to know why my vibes are high right now, despite what the Kraken are doing? Because they can't bring me down.
No,
I just got a special delivery.
What?
Red beans and rice with some French bread right there, baby.
Are you kidding me? Couldn't be more New Orleans. Look at that. It looks delicious. Wow,
you get a bite really quick so you can keep talking about whatever you got going on.
Yeah. Look at this dude. He's so New Orleans. And he's a transplant too. This is awesome. He's in. He's all in 100%. All right. So coming off of the Four Nations face-off break, I mean, that was a pretty impressive return to the ice to go into Florida and beat the Panthers 2-1. First of all, great vibes. And I think that the Kraken need is they really need some like epic vibes to squeak out wins like that, because it was the return of Ebbs. Jordan Eberle, first game since November 14th. He had which is impressive, 14 minutes of ice time, and he had 2 shots on goal, which is pretty. And that pelvis looked phenomenal. Like, it was shining. Like, you could see it through his hockey pants. Like, it was just like gleaming. It was like a brand new. He had a new car smell on that pelvis. It was awesome. So cool to see that. Glad he's back. And then Shane Wright. Shane Wright, 2 assists. And man, that line of Capo, Shane Wright, Matty Beniers looking so good. I mean, over like the last 15 games, they got like 1,000 points. This is fantastic. And one thing, Joey, and I don't know if you're still eating, but I thought about this.
Yeah, no, I am. Continue that. I'm listening.
Okay. What do we call this line? Is there a nickname for this line yet? Because there has to be. I don't think
they have a name, but what about just like the line of the future line? I mean, like this is the future, is it not? That's all I could think about when you wrote that, when you wrote the notes in. I'm like, this is the future of the Seattle Kraken right here.
I think if there's something we take away from this episode for some fun is, what do we call this line? Because we got to look at bright spots. Like I'm already on the journey of the Kraken coaster. Like, I'm over it. I'm good. I'm in a good place. I'm happy. I'm ready to see cool things happen and maybe some moves happen. But we got to come up with a name for this line because they're just fantastic. And then Jared McCann, like, he's been gone. I mean, that's another sign why this season has been absolutely crazy weird, because he's just not scoring goals. He scores a goal and he looks ecstatic. So this game, 2-1, pro Joey Pod, Joey Decord, he's standing up, doing everything on the planet. The Kraken were all in on this game. 26 saves from Joey, going with 15 blocks from the Kraken.
Yes.
And the Kraken snap a 5-game straight home streak, and they win. And by the way, the Kraken has just scored. It is 7-1 with 14:47 left to go.
6 more, baby.
It looks like it was the man who I haven't seen score in a while, Vince Dundertaker.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. They're fighting down low, and they're digging out the puck. And the puck squirts out to the blue line, and Vince Dunn making it look good. He keeps the puck barely onside, and he just breaks through and dipsy doodles right through a couple of defensemen, and he puts a shot right over the blocker of Jordan Binnington. Binnington screened by his own man, couldn't see a thing. Dundertaker makes no mistake. It is 7-1 Kraken, and they are on the comeback trail. Let's go. Let's beat down.
That was a phenomenal play-by-play, and also, when you say the Dundertaker, I can't help but laugh to myself for a little bit, knowing that somewhere in Mina Kimes' house is a Dundertaker t-shirt.
You need to DM her and say, hey, look, he scored a goal tonight. You should totally put it on. And look, Vince Dunn is on the bench, and they just show, and he just looks so dejected. He just scored a goal, and he looks so pissed.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're down 7-1. It's like that. It's like the meme of Chris Paul, where it's like, and Chris Paul hits a wide open 3 to cut the lead down to 43 or some shit like that, where it's like, it doesn't matter. So I don't blame him for being upset, but you're right. By the way, let's go back to this win against Florida. Florida had won 5 straight at home. In fact, I was reading that they had won 9 out of 12 going into the Four Nations face-off. Like, they're a good team. They're really good at home. And this was an all-around team effort. Like, DeCourt stood on his head and the team pitched in. Like 15 blocks from the Seattle Kraken. It was a phenomenal effort. The issue is the Seattle Kraken are going back-to-back against 2 really good teams in Florida. The very next night, Sunday night, they played the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they end up losing 4-1. Now, this is a game where the score was like not indicative of how the game actually went. Going into the third period, it was 1-0. And
got to give credit to Alex Stetska, called up from Coachella Valley to play goal, and he looked great. I mean, he looked really good through the whole game. I mean, it was a tight game through the third period, and then everything kind of just collapsed, right? But he was doing a great job of keeping up, and I thought he did fantastic. So, he made 20 saves on 23 shots, and I was really proud of that. And then, the highlight as we lose 4-1 is Shane Wright. Keep giving him more ice time. He scores another goal. He tips it in with a few minutes left in garbage time in the third period, and absolutely love it. I'll take that, although we get smoked 4-1 and lose the Lightning in back-to-back games, like you said.
Yeah, like the floodgates kind of just opened in the third period, and it really sucked. And then I came across this stat like right before we started recording, and I was like, there's no way that's fucking right. And it is. Tampa Bay all-time against the Seattle Kraken are 7-0-1. I repeat, the Tampa Bay Lightning, when facing the Seattle Kraken, are 7-0-1. Their only loss coming in overtime, right? I mean, like, it's hard to even fathom that, but like the Tampa Bay Lightning are the Kraken killers. We do not match up well against them. They are not scared to play us, and it doesn't matter if it's their barn or ours. We're going to get our shit kicked in, and that's kind of historically been what's going on. And it was another loss. The team didn't look good, and you actually pulled up a great stat about the Seattle Kraken on back-to-backs. I don't know if you want to get into that now, but it is important to talk about.
I think we should, because this is great insight. Ian Furness, big insider, has really awesome stuff to say. He tweeted, this is what he said: "We can point to many reasons why the Seattle Kraken won't make the playoffs this season, but near the top of the list would be 0-9 in the second half of back-to-backs. And what happened? We lost that back-to-back. 18 possible points left on the table. Just win a few of those, like a 4-5 record, would have put them within a point of a wild card spot." So, that's those little things. And to me, what Ian said was that we don't have the talent to maintain and like hold us up. We win in Florida, and we probably gave it all we had, and then we had nothing left the night before. We lost it in the third. If we had more talent, we had a superstar that could carry the load, do the heavy lifting, might be different. So I thought that was really cool. And a great point. But again, and he made a great point too, is like there's a lot of other reasons too, but that's a big one right there.
That is, that is something that you can look at. Stats are interesting. I would know, being that I am stat man. Thank you. The stats are interesting because a lot of times you can actually kind of manipulate them or present them in a certain way to kind of back whatever argument you're having. This is an instance where it's like they're 0-9. Like, There's no twisting that into, like, it is what it is. That's, like you said, that's 18 points left out on the table. When you look at the standings where the Seattle Kraken are at, it's like, a couple of those extra points would be really helpful. Now, that's on the back-to-back. Now, even with the Seattle Kraken getting a break and then playing, and again, still on the road, like we're talking about now, we're recording live, and they're in St. Louis, and we're just getting completely fucking annihilated 7-1. So, it is what it is, man. I mean, this is where we're at in the season. Next week, I mean, the trade deadline's Friday. So this team is going to look a lot different very soon here. And I'm excited for that, because the Band-Aid was ripped off when they sent Grubauer down, and now it's time to make some moves. Sorry, I have like hiccups between the red beans and the beer. It's getting crazy over here.
Well, I'll give you some more time, because I want to look at the positive stuff. Like, I can't wait to see what we do with the trade deadline. Yanni Gourde, Brandon Tanev, like, what's going on? There's moves to be made, and I hope we're bringing some guys in. But let's talk about some positive stuff. I thought this was really cool. Is Shane Wright was on the sheet podcast with Jeff Merrick. And,
Yes.
Shane Wright, we're huge fans. Give Shane Wright more ice time. That needs to be a t-shirt. Absolutely need to have that. He is the future of the Seattle Kraken. He's been on a heater for, I don't know, the last 20 or 30 games. He's just awesome. But he was on this podcast, and I was spending some time. I'm a big Redditor, and I spent some time in the Seattle Kraken subreddit. And there's some great stuff in there. And I got to give props to Redditor, that darn band ticks, because that darn band ticks came up with an awesome summary of Shane Wright on the podcast with Jeff Merrick.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the Blues just scored again. We'll see. I don't know if they're reviewing it, so we'll see what's up. But he did a really fantastic job, and I'm literally gonna read what that darn Bantix wrote. So, quote from him. Here's the review of the Sheet podcast with Shane Wright. He watched all of the Four Nations games, and he wants to be good enough and has a goal of playing for Canada internationally, and really likes watching Matthews play. I love that. That's exactly why the Four Nations tournament was awesome. The face-off was awesome because all those players, all countries, they really cared about, playing for their flag. And if that doesn't drive you and get you fired up, like, then what the hell are you doing with your life as a hockey player? So I love that Shane Wright really wants to play for Team Canada. Although, screw Team Canada. But Shane Wright, I'd love to see that fire. He sees or calls a doctor, maybe like a sports psychologist, that other players talk to every other week and text regularly. And that's helped him really not be so hard on himself when he makes mistakes, because he's really hard on himself. And it's helped with his mental game a ton and managing his emotions and stress, which, dude, I can barely manage my emotions and stress as like a parent and a husband and a business owner and mowing the lawn. So I can't imagine playing a sport in front of hockey mad people, and then people who want to jump down your throat for making mistakes. I don't know, podcasters might do. So that's really cool. He loves being in the NHL.
I like that he's emotional, by the way, but that he is self-aware enough to recognize it. The last thing that we would want is for him to turn into the Jared Kelenic of the Seattle Kraken. I'm not even going to explain that reference. If you get it, you get it.
Yeah, good reference. I don't get it. He loves being in the NHL, super grateful for it, thinks it's an honor. He keeps up with past teammates and finds out on the podcast one of his best friends, Brennan Othman, just got called up from the AHL to the NHL for the Rangers, so he was pumped about that. He talked about his point streak and points since benching and how much of it he feels is because of his confidence growing with each point. He discusses really playing for Jessica Campbell and Dan Bilesma in Coachella Valley, and how he is happy to have them at the NHL level and loves Dan as a coach.
Disco Dan would fucking rock Mardi Gras, by the way.
Oh, yeah, they would, totally. His mom loved the mom's trip, bonded with a lot of the other moms, and he loved her being there. He constantly practices shooting drills to up his game and polish his play, works on pucks against the wall and ways to make quick plays. He talks about when he was 14 and how he focused on practicing shots that were hard for goaltenders to block. Versus goals that were cool, like bar down. And his coach praises how professional he was at such a young age, which is why he's, a big prospect in the NHL and now playing great NHL hockey. He discusses how his first year was a lot, going between so many teams, the Kraken, AHL, Team Canada, and locations, and how he just tried to focus on being the best he could be under the circumstances. He praises Ron Francis and how much knowledge he has and how he is amazing with advice to be better himself as a player. And then he discusses how great it feels to play against players like Nathan McKinnon, Connor McDavid, and he mentions Anze Kopitar.
Oh, good. Okay.
For the Kings in the West, that's a player that I've always loved. By the way,
shout out to Kopitar, by the way. I feel like doesn't get the flowers, right? He got some new flashy guys in the league who get a lot of attention, but Kopitar is a dude.
Oh yeah, he's won some cups. He's a hardcore hockey player. He's scored a lot of points in his day. I actually love that dude. He's awesome.
Also, what a fucking name. I mean, like top tier, Anze Kopitar. Like, what a fucking name, man.
Oh, dude, I remember when he came into the league and I snagged him on like the waiver wire in my like old school fantasy hockey league. I was like, this is awesome. He's paying off in droves over in spades, whatever. But I love that dude. And by the way, the Kings beat the Golden Knights last night, which is awesome. They just
there you go.
destroyed them.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. So Shane Wright, man, he's just a likable dude, and he's crushing it in the NHL. He is the future of the Seattle Kraken. I don't know how many Finnish people we have on the team now, but between
not enough, Jeff. Never enough Finns.
No, that's true. Capo Kako. Now we have ourselves Nikki Kako. Nikki Kako. Nikki Kako. Nikki Kako.
Capo.
Yeah, so
Capo
he
Shizo.
has been called up from the Coachella Valley Firebirds. This happened yesterday. And then
Yes.
Alex Stetska, he went down to Coachella with Cale Fleury. So this is pretty cool. I mean, you see the picture of him on the bench, by the way?
I did see the photo of him on the bench, and what I did not know about, and actually the broadcast tonight's game against St. Louis was talking about this. This kid, Kako, was a second-round pick by the Seattle Kraken in 2022, and that draft pick that we used, we actually acquired in the Mark Giordano trade, and he's fucking 20 years old, man.
He looks 12.
He looks 12, but he is in fact
Absolutely.
20, so he's not far from 12.
Yeah, that's true. He is not. I'm very far from 12. He is not far from 12, and he's playing in the NHL.
He's like a 6'4", like a $195.
Yeah. He's
got
got
some good size on him.
He's got one of those faces. Like right now, he looks 12, but I think in like 3 seasons, he's gonna look 38.
Oh, in 3 seasons, he's gonna be ripping darts, dude. Just out in the ice with the fucking American spirit, just grizzled. He'll have like that Shane Wright facial hair going on. Like, oh yeah, this guy's seen some shit.
What I like to see is that the Kraken have decided and appropriately let's just try it all out. Let's just try it out, see what happens. So that brings me to another, I think, great thing for the future is, again, from the Seattle Kraken subreddit. This one's by the Overly Loaded Tuba. These Reddit names are crazy. Anyway, do you have a Reddit? Do you have a Reddit? Are you on Reddit?
I do not.
You on the Reddit? I am. All right. So Berkly Catton, dude. I swear, I hope they bring him up. I hope they Matty Beniers him. I hope they Shane Wright him and they bring him up for a little while. A couple of games. Get those, under 10 games in the NHL towards the end of the season. I need to see this kid in the show. Berkly has 100 points, 34 goals, 66 assists in 47 games. 2.12 points per game pace on the season. He's on pace for 121 points in 57 games, 12 game multi-point streak. He's on that currently. Dude. That's 32 points, 14 goals, and 18 assists over that 12 game multi-point streak. This dude is
stud, man.
Crazy stud. So Berkly Catton, who, he's in the Kraken prospect pool. He's the number 1 dude. So I think he is 20. He's 19. He's 19 years old. I would love to see him up playing a little bit for the Seattle Kraken. I think after the trade deadline and all those things, when we get towards the end of the season, they got to get him up here. You think that's going to happen?
Oh, man. I don't know. I'm not overly familiar with the rules of that, but I think in a limited capacity, I wouldn't be too surprised. For him, actually, you know what? For him specifically, I'm just going to go ahead and go out on a limb and just say no. I think it's just too early for him. Now, I'm all for the team, giving some young guys a chance to get some time on ice, in the big leagues. I just don't think it's going to happen for him. Maybe I'm wrong. I would love to see him in some NHL action, but there's no need to rush any of that. And especially if they have a good development plan with him and he's crushing what he's doing, then I say just let it keep going. Now, selfishly, the answer is fuck yes. I want to see this guy play in NHL, in NHL games. I want to see what he does out there. I want to see what a night. I mean, like, there's so many things that I want to see, and also get the fans excited, right? Like, show off some of the younger talent and show some of the promise going into next season. So that's my selfish answer.
I love that. Well, I want to selfishly see him too. We need to have some high points, some good things, some good vibes for this team. So we have to. Kraken score 7-2, 751. Matty Beniers just tucked it in. Or was it Schwartzy? Let's see. Somebody just cleaned up like a really simple rebound. I think a shot went off the backboards, bounced right out.
Beniers have got to tweet it out, so you got to let me know what's going on.
Hold on, let me see. I'll get you. Hold on, I'll get you, dude. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. All right. Shot goes off the back. Nope, Schwartzy.
Yep.
Somebody threw a bomb. Beniers gets the assist. And is that a Shane Wright shot from the point? No. What happened? Who's gonna is that gonna be an unassisted goal? Let's see if it bounces off a player first. Matty Beniers tossed it off from the right side of the net. It caromed off the boards. He sent it out to the point. They shot it in from the point. It bounced back off the boards to the left side of the net where Schwartz was standing there just like unguarded, uncontested, and he popped it back in. But they're reviewing it now.
Oh,
like,
come
what?
on.
It's 7-2. Just like, what are we doing? Is he pointing to center?
Also,
No
by
goal.
the way,
No goal.
Oh shit. Well, I got excited. I'm gonna say this anyways. Off the top of my dome. If he would have scored along with Vince Dunn, that would have been 2 former St. Louis Blues scoring in St. Louis.
Take a look from up top as Binnington
I'm pretty
goes
sure we
through.
can't play that audio.
That's Parayko on his own. That should be, yeah. To me, that's Parayko's left hand, left arm that gets caught with Binnington's sticks.
Goalie interference? I don't.
All right, whatever. Fuck it. I mean, the loss is bad. So whatever. It would have been nice for Schwartzy and Dunn to score against their former team. Though I would have loved that.
That's some BS. They went to the war room in Toronto, and that's what they said. They're saying goalie interference? No way.
Imagine being so bored in Toronto. You're just fucking reviewing goals.
What a mess. What an absolute
taking
mess.
it away from people. Like fuck.
Ref's
off.
still at center ice. What's going on? Oh, okay. So Disco Dan is challenging it. Good, Dan.
Wow. Good. Challenge on the challenge?
Why not? You gotta have some. You gotta have some positivity. Challenge. He should challenge every single play. Challenge. Like he should just
nothing happens. Just I wish it were like football. He just throw a flag out onto the ice. That would be sweet.
That would be cool.
Some player just trip over it. Like what?
We need something to happen. We just need some crazy shit.
Or like a flag cannon. They just like shoot it.
That's a great idea. Maybe Bowie. Maybe Bowie can be there at all games, and he can just be tossed, like constantly challenging.
Mascots should be allowed to challenge.
Yeah, that's one good thing that I, totally off the wall subject here, but I think like Bowie is continually like climbing the ranks in NHL mascots, and he might be top 5, maybe even top 3.
All right, that's a bold statement. From where I'm coming, just made a bunch of weird noise in this. I think it's the red beans. From where I'm coming, what just happened?
Wait. Overruled. It is a goal. It is a goal.
Fuck yes.
Let's see what the assists go to. It's just awesome. All right, Jaden Schwartzy. Schwartzy gets his goal. It's 7-2 with 7:51. Oh, guess who gets? All right, Adam Larson.
Oh,
and
what the fuck is the big cat been this
year?
By the way,
I don't know, man. Maybe he's showing up. Where's everybody been, Joey?
I don't know.
Capo Caco gets an assist. Look at that. He's on the board. He's got a point. Look at that. I love it. All right. So, we're talking about golf. We're talking about hockey, but I'm thinking about golf. Say it with me, Joey. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Golf. That was off. Okay.
Oh, it wasn't. I was watching. I thought we nailed it.
I bring it up because with DraftKings Sportsbook, spring's here. We're talking playoff hockey. Sadly, that won't include our Kraken, but golfers hitting the links, and there's a ton of awesome tournaments coming up. We got to get ready for those. If you want to talk about them, great, but you really should put your money where your mouth is. Get in on all the tee to green action with DraftKings Sportsbook. From Thursday's opening round through the closing round Sunday, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with tournament props, live betting, odds boosts, and much more. If you've never bet on golf before, it's easier than you think. Just pick something simple like a golfer to win the tournament and make your pick. It's that easy. And here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code THPN. Use code THPN. You all right? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Dude, you are on one tonight. Captain Carnival, crushing red beans and rice and beers. Use code THPN for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER and see our show notes for details. So let's get to it. Let's get to our 3 stars of the week where Joey and I kind of go through all the stuff that's been going on in our life and we rank it. So,
all right,
Joey, I'm going to go first. I'm going to say this is the Januszek house is a hockey house.
It's a Polish last name for those curious.
Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate that. It is a hockey house because the Four Nations Face-Off tournament, all my kids watched it with me. We watched almost every minute of the Americans playing, which is awesome. Hockey has infected this house, man, and I love it because the kids got the hockey net back out into in the driveway. They're strapping on the rollerblades daily. We're slapping hockey balls around. We're playing outside and in there, and I had to go buy a couple of sticks because we got some neighborhood rat friends who are showing up, and they're starting to play hockey. My son's wearing a motorcycle helmet to play goalie.
That's badass.
My daughter's out there. It's awesome. So we're playing hockey. We watched a hockey game on was it Sunday or Saturday? Watched the Red Wings game. Red Wings lose a close game that they were leading by like 3 goals. So that sucked. But like they're into it. They're watching that, which is fantastic. And then
the wife hates it.
No, dude, this was crazy. Like I have got this. Like the NHL owes me because I am literally building my family to get into the NHL. Is last night, we were like, we had watched all the shows, and like when we don't have like our series to watch, we're like, what are we going to watch tonight? It's like, we love sports documentaries. So I threw on the Face Off, the NHL Face Off series on Amazon. And I was like, well, let's watch this. And she started watching it, and she's like, all right, today. She's like, oh, where did you keep watching after I fell asleep? I was like, no, I shut it off so we could watch it. So she's into watching that, which is fantastic.
You're like a hockey cult leader right now.
Dude, I am. I bought mini sticks. You know what mini sticks are?
Sounds like small sticks.
Yes, they are. They're small goals, and you play knee hockey. You like basically you've got like little foam hockey balls and little small hockey sticks, and you go set up we have our playroom set up, and we play hockey on your knees, and you play against each other, and you got these little nets you shoot into. So we play mini sticks. So we're playing in the driveway. We got mini sticks over here. We're watching hockey documentaries, watching hockey games, doing a podcast about hockey. There's so much hockey.
God damn, man. Your middle name should be Jeff Hockey Januszek. That
everybody
would be sweet.
Loves it. So the Four Nations Face-Off is, and I don't think anybody denies it, is I think the second best thing. All right, so if I'm ranking the best things to happen for hockey, number 1 had to be the Miracle on Ice.
Okay.
Number 2 is the Mighty Ducks craze of the 90s. Okay. Everybody my age that I talk to in Louisiana, even, I say, I'm really into hockey. So, I used to go play street hockey with my friends after we watched the Mighty Ducks. So Mighty Ducks. And I would say arguably number 3 has got to be this Four Nations Face-Off. The United States is primed on hockey right now. Best thing to happen to hockey in 30 years, which is just awesome. So
I love it.
Our house is feeling it. It's awesome, dude. So
good.
What's your third star of the week?
My third star of the week is, let me take a look here. It's hosting for Endymion, and I didn't realize it, but I kind of already talked about it. But yeah, Saturday, Endymion, huge parade, Mardi Gras, and I just need to find out where the fuck that gas station chicken comes from, because I'm about to buy trays on trays on trays. Gotta get the bar cart loaded up, ready to go, making cocktails all day. I got a bunch of Busch Lights. I should probably grab some better beer. And, and what you do is a bunch of people will get together before a parade. You party and you have a good time. And then if you're lucky enough to be close to a parade route, then you all walk to the parade together, where guess what? You just keep partying. You're just partying on the route now.
Now outside.
Guys on floats are throwing shit at your face, trying to give you a black eye with a bag of beads. And it's a great time, and I can't recommend it enough. And Endymion Saturday is a lot of fun. And it'll be interesting to host, but, we'll figure it out.
I'm interested in what kind of cocktail is being made.
So we do like anything with vodka. I'll throw that out there to start, because it mixes with a lot of different shit. Also, big fan of Bloody Marys. Like Bloody Marys for me and Mardi Gras kind of go hand in hand.
What time is so Bloody Marys? It's good at any time, but like what time does the hosting party start? What time?
I don't know. Early, sometime around when you should be eating breakfast. So
okay.
you got music playing.
Yep.
The TV's off. You're just blasting music.
Yes.
And then you just got people kind of just hanging out, and everyone's, eating. And you got a bunch of different sides, and you got some king cakes out and stuff like that. You got all the Mardi Gras food. You got like some red beans and all that. And then, you just get loaded up on food, and then you walk over to the parade and you have a good time. So
Just awesome.
it's just the best, man. It really is the best.
No plans but partying. All right. So what king cakes are you gonna have on hand, or is it gonna be like whatever you get from the
Pick up
grocery?
a Bavarian cream king cake from Coffee Science.
Oh, I heard that's good.
It's good. And then I might swing by that like king cake at the depot that has like 80 different kinds.
King Cake Hub.
King Cake Hub. There you go. And swing by there and get like an extra one or two just to make sure everybody has enough, because the Coffee Science, that place is like a local coffee shop. They're kind of on the smaller side, but it's a very nice king cake. So I just want to make sure everybody has enough. Honestly, no logistics have been discussed whatsoever. So I have to start kind of laying that map out pretty soon here.
That's awesome, dude. This has nothing to do with Mardi Gras, at least right now. Is my second star is Gospel Core.
Okay.
And what
like
this
Rammstein.
is, kind of like that. Yeah. So like hardcore, but gospel core. So
okay.
I kind of, Joey, I don't know if this will probably never happen, but my wife will kill me. But I kind of want to like maybe persuade one of my children to play drums, so like I can.
Wow, you're really trying to fast track your way to. What are you doing, dude?
All right, so like
hockey's not enough. You're like, let me squeeze in a drum set here, like, buddy. I'm from the outside looking in. I'm telling you, I need to chill.
I'm really into drum talk, like drum TikTok, and it's just like, drummers.
That Brazilian dude, Sebastian.
Dude, there's just so many great drummers. I love the rock and roll. I love the metal. I love the core. I love it. I'm also, I'm not big into gospel music, but I found this this creator. I think his name's I was looking it up earlier, but then my internet went out. It was his name is Matthew something, and he has this awesome sketch and he's made, like, he's got millions and millions of views because he keeps doing the same sketch over. Is like when the gospel band, a metal drummer shows up at the gospel band, and it's like it shows the gospel like band director, and then all of a sudden the drummer starts going ham, and then the guitarist starts going ham, and it's just a funny sketch. And what they do is they add like hardcore music to gospel songs. So like they'll take a really popular gospel song, and then they'll record over it, and they'll add all this awesome like heavy metal stuff. And it's just, I love it. It just makes me so happy because it's like this praise and worship stuff, which I'm a fan of. I like it. Makes me feel good, a little spiritual. But then you got just the adrenaline rush, the dopamine of the drums and the guitar.
We're talking double bass pedal. What kind of how hardcore are we going here?
Like super hardcore. It's so awesome.
It's I want like Slipknot drummer level of skill.
Yep.
With powerful message of our Lord and Savior.
Exactly. Do you know who Sleep Token is? You heard of Sleep Token?
No, I have no idea.
This dude's like they're like a British metal band. Really cool, really progressive metal. And they wear, like a lot of people do. The shtick is not it's kind of old, but it works for them. Masks and stuff like that. So even Slipknotty, a little Slipknotty, but a little like they're like
Slipknotty.
A little Slipknotty. But anyway, gospel core, super cool, super funny. It's a thing. I love it. If there was ever an actual legit gospel core, tour or something like that, I might go check it out. So that's my second star. Gospel core.
Okay. Yeah. Just I do your thing, man, but you need to chill out on the drum set idea. So I'm just
something. Whenever I watch the drum talk, I'm kind of like, I kind of want to. All right. What's your second star?
Second star of the week is just crawfish boils, man. I picked up some last week. I want to say it was like Friday, and just went all in on a ton of crawfish, and it was fucking delicious. And by the way, for those that are listening, you've made it this far. One, you deserve a fucking medal, and two, just crawfish is fantastic, and I can't recommend it enough. Like, I legitimately love eating crawfish, and there's something about the process of doing it, the beers that pair with it, the weather it's associated with, the communal aspect of enjoying crawfish together, like all these good things happening all at once. Anyways, crawfish boil Sunday, Toth Sunday, Mardi Gras, 150 pounds apparently, just waiting for me to come in there like a fucking tornado and just go ham on those crawfish. So 150 pounds is a lot. So
are you going to help boil, or are you just going to show up and eat?
No, I'm just going to show up and eat. I mean, I offered to bring stuff. I'm not going to show up empty-handed. Like, I was like, hey, man, what can we bring? He's like, bring more people. It's New Orleans, man. It's Mardi Gras. Just come have a good time. And that's how everyone is, during Mardi Gras. And I mean, Louisianans are like that in general, but especially this time of year, it really is about like community. Like it's just great.
The pain is over. It is a 7-2 St. Louis Blues over your Seattle Kraken final in St. Louis. Let the suffering end, please, but it won't. We have about 20-ish games to go. There you go. That's the final in St. Louis. Shutting her off right now. It's going to X that out. That's going to be my third star is Xing out the Kraken game. My first star. No, actually. Trip to Disney. Just excited about that. Really pumped. Really ready to go. Ready to hit all the rides, do all the running around. Look forward to it. I was thinking like it's a trend right now. I mean, I know the past couple of weeks I've seen this is like ranking the best beers.
Mm-hmm.
As in like, post mowing the lawn beer. Shower beer. I'm not a big fan of shower beers. I mean, it's cool.
I love the shower beer. I mean, that's not surprising to anyone who listens to this. It's like, oh, shocker, Joey brings a beer in the shower.
Like a post mowing the lawn shower beer. Now that's like just a combination of all things, which is fantastic.
Yeah, so nice.
But I would say Disney beer. You're like kind of you're midway through like a day of grinding, going from ride to ride, doing this, and you're like, grab this beer real quick, and it's like, yes, absolutely love it. So
only been to Disney now I was like 5. So if I was crushing beers then I really would have a problem. But I get what you're saying. I pick up what you're putting down.
On Monday, we'll be at Epcot, and Epcot has got, all the nations, and in the Americana section, they have an outdoor bar there, and it's a Louisiana bar. And they last couple of years, it might be different now, but they had Ghost in the Machine on tap, on draft. So
that is a heavy ABV. That beer will fuck you up.
And that's Epcot. That's Epcot. Anybody listening to the Kraken Bar right now, if you're listening to the Kraken Bar right now, and whether with kids or if you're a weirdo that goes without kids, absolute maniacs do that. But
you should convince your wife, like, hey, we're gonna do the viral video idea where we do like drinking around the world, and we'll just alternate. Like, I'll do Italy, you do France, and then by like her 7th drink, just see where she's at. She's like, I'm in Belgium.
I'm in Belgium. That would be a problem. 7
kids
drinks.
are like, what's wrong with mom? And you're like, Dad had a horrible idea.
Fast forward to counseling 20 years down the road. It all started when my parents got snookered at the Glockenspiel in Germantown, drinking Dunkel.
Dad's phone died. Didn't even get a video out of it, so we just had a horrible hangover for no reason. Kids
Actually,
are traumatized.
I know we love eating in Japan at Teppo Made, whatever it is. It's a oh god, this Kraken team has got me like totally messed up. What do you a hibachi grill? Okay. And they have sake flights.
It's a Teppo. Wait, well, hold on a second. We can't just gloss over that. Where the fuck did that come from?
They have a restaurant in Epcot at all the different. So there's restaurants.
Okay. I thought you just like legitimately just had a glitch for a second.
No, that's the name of the restaurant. That's the name of the hibachi restaurant in Japan at Epcot, and it's really good. Food's delicious, but yeah, might do a little. Dude, might just have to like throw some stuff out on the Kraken Pod Twitter. Just totally hammered over there.
Please do. Yeah, I want the Epcot stuff. We're not recording next week, so please. I need.
Will you do Mardi Gras updates? That's what people really want.
Over this weekend, I can do that. Yeah, Mardi Gras Day, all bets are off. I don't answer my phone. Last Mardi Gras, was it last year? Was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago, I danced on top of a car in the middle of Frenchman Street for roughly 4 hours. So, yeah.
That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, last year was fucking crazy because I was out in like the Marigny area And I was dancing in this one spot in the middle of the street, and I didn't leave until way late. I mean, I was out there for 8-10 hours
right,
nonstop dancing.
if I'm doing updates from Disney, dude, you've got to do this.
No promises, because speaking of schnookered, yeah, your boy was neck level.
What's your first star? What's your first star of the week?
My first star of the week is speaking of what a nice transition, Jeff. Thank you for asking. It's a new night out record. I think I
What's this?
Set a new record for myself. This is me saving the best for last, Jeff.
Okay, I'm in.
I should have honestly led with this story, but this past weekend, I had some work Saturday night. Met up with a buddy of mine. It's like 5:30, and started having some drinks. I had a really long week, just working nonstop. And once I got that first Moscow Mule in me, I was like, you know what? It's off to the races. Like, it's fucking on. And then next thing I know, I'm in an Uber. We go to a Chapel Rowan dance party. Turns out that was a great time. Then we leave the dance party. We're like, let's go to this bar called The Saint because they never close. Well, I shut the place down, Jeff. I was the last person there, literally. I've never seen the lights come on there. Not a good sign. When I got into my Uber to go home, it was 7:30 in the morning. And I got home at 8 a.m. and I fell asleep for about 3 hours, woke up at 11, took 2 aspirin, pounded a liquid IV, back to sleep for like another hour and a half, woke up, and then just kind of hung out the rest of the day. It was that was a marathon. Yeah, so from about 5:36 p.m. till 7:30 in the morning. Got home at 8.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a fucking unintentional marathon, but I was in the zone, and I was like, you know what? It's go time. And when I decided to let loose, I really let loose, and I've been working like crazy, so I just went fucking nuts.
So, like, all right, so you slept for a few hours, you did more stuff, and then, like, how are you on Monday morning?
I called in sick to work. The funny part is, though, is that, like,
oh my God,
is that legitimately, though, I was actually just fine to go, but I woke up because Sunday was a little brutal. Like, I was pretty tired. But Monday I woke up and I was like, you know what? I've been at this company now for a year. I haven't taken a single sick day. And I haven't taken a sick day in general in like 4 years. Like, I just don't do it. Like, I'm there. Like, you are like, hey, Joey, here's the schedule. Guess what? I'm there on time as needed. And I work until it's time to go home. Like, that's just how I roll. And I was like, you know what? I'm fucking tired. They've been working my fucking ass off, and I have all these other projects and stuff going on. Like, we have the podcast. I have writing stuff going on. I'm doing outside content. The course I'm taking right now. Last week I had a research paper due, so I had to do I had all this shit going on, and I was like, you know what? I'm taking a fucking sick day. So I text my boss. I'm like, hey, not coming in. Sick day. She was like, great. Thanks for letting me know. And then that was it. And it was great. Unfortunately, what that meant for me was all I did was work from home at my own pace. So I just worked on other shit that I had to do. But it was nice to be able to get those things done. It was nice to be able to do it from my home. But yeah, your boy was overworked. And I said, fuck it, I'm taking a day off. It was not as a result of me being out until past sunrise.
Okay, I love it. Everybody deserves a sick day, whether you're hungover or not. So there you go. I like it.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. Well, good news is, you're screwed because you have to work. You technically are working during Mardi Gras and Mardi Gras Day.
Yeah. I'm terrified of how that's going to go for
both
myself and my company. Honestly.
Can you just get a cardboard cutout of yourself and just set up like a live stream of
that's actually a very good idea.
At a computer.
Like, this is definitely Joey. He's 100% not out drinking somewhere.
All right, man. Well, dude, have a safe and happy Mardi Gras. Enjoy yourself. You deserve some downtime. Live it up for me. I'll live it up for you at Disney, riding the rides, getting all the good things in there. So let's go Kraken. Let's get to the trade deadline. I think it's going to be an epic week next week with Mardi Gras and Disney going right into the trade deadline.
And we'll be back after the trade deadline. So we're taking off next week.
Absolutely. And by the way, It's not confirmed, but I kind of confirmed it, but not confirmed. I think we're going to have a special guest on to help us break down post Kraken trade deadline.
Hell yeah.
Piper Shaw. I'm in negotiations with Piper Shaw to come
just
back.
As a special guest, man. You just blew it. You blew the whole thing.
Nobody's listening right now. If you're listening right now, if you're listening at this point in the pod, which is what? I don't know. What's the timer say up here?
59 minutes. We're about to hit an hour right now.
If you're listening at the word is goofy nuggets. Goofy nuggets.
Schnookered.
Tweet the word goofy nuggets to us at Kraken Pod, and we'll do something. Like we'll retweet that. I don't know. I hope
you get a surprise number of Goofy Nuggets tweets, and you're like, oh shit, they are listening.
Yeah.
And
Goofy Nuggets to prove that you're one of us. You're one of the Kraken Pod. Tweet that at Kraken Pod, and we'll do some. I'll do something. If I get 10 people maybe
you can start by apologizing. You can start there.
If I get 10 people to tweet at Kraken Pod 1 hour mark, we'll do something. I'll go find some stickers or some swag or something to give away.
Okay. Wow. Just keep digging your hole, Jeff. Get a bigger shovel the way you're going.
We'll give away a Kraken jersey.
Wow. Okay. Well, you mean mine? The one that you've held hostage at your house for 2 months?
Goofy Nuggets. 1 hour mark. Goofy Nuggets, 1 hour mark. The depths. Just saying. Have an awesome Mardi Gras. Have an awesome week.
Have fun at Disney, man.
I will have fun at Disney.
All right.
You have fun at Drunk Disney, Mardi Gras. All right.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the Kraken Pod. We'll leave you with the Kraken Pod chirp of the week.